Live third-round coverage of the Mid-Season Classic.
Frank, this game has taken us all over the world to some absolutely beautiful spots, and this is one of the prettiest I've seen in a long time, the cliffs at Lighthouse Point along the eastern coast of Maine.
Yeah, it's always fun when we head up in the northeast area. Golf's been in this area for a long, long time. This golf course hasn't. Rather new design by Brandt and Patel, and it's lengthy, 7,700 yards. You'll get to hit just about every club in the bag, so good test today.
Long drive, but a bad lie.
Wicked.
Second shot coming out of the rough here. So the second of the par 4 goes begging, and now I'll have to rely on the short game.
Yeah, but a short game, as we all know, can redeem a lot of mistakes. See if he does it here.
Well, this one should be safely on deck here. Put a birdie on the card here yesterday, don't forget. Needs this for par. Frank, a par here, that's just fine. Now on the tee at the par 3 second, it's a long one. This will require a pure strike. He's making the game look very simple right now. See it, hit it, and he's got it right on track.
Even par currently.
Score that, a birdie. Frank, I like the mix of holes as we start out here at Lighthouse Point. Tough par 4, then a par 3. And now a scoring opportunity with a par 5 at the third.
Scoring opportunity with a good drive. Very thin fairway here, Rich. This hole is built for accuracy, and players off the tee, they're going to have to try and hit this fairway. Long fairway bunker runs almost the entire length of this hole, and it could act actually as a little helper, stop you going down by the cliff, because anything left, obviously, on that cliff line will go all the way down to the ocean.
Playing his second shot here at the par 5. Frank, that is how it's done.
Yeah, take a gross of those. That is a lesson in itself.
And now a chance for eagle. No problems early. Looks good.
It does look good. This bodes well. We might be in for a very, very low round today.
Well, here at the par 4 at 411 yards, Frank, this is the kind of hole where you want to pull out the cell phone and maybe take a few pictures because the views are absolutely amazing.
And you also see why this golf course is called the Cliffs, that's for sure. Great vistas. This front nine completely lines the coast, so you're going to need to keep it fairly straight on this golf course. This hole in particular, though, the fairway is actually rather generous, so you do get a little bit of reprieve off the tee. And you really want to hit the fairway because that green is very tiny, Rich.
This is a good-looking shot. Safely aboard. Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. Always love to hear the sound of the bottom of the cup. Now at the 5th hole, it's a par 4. Frank, what are we in store for?
Well, it's very easy to get lulled into a false sense of security here, Rich. No fairway bunkers, just sort of think you would blaze away. But really, you've got to find the fairway here. Very small green and well protected by that bunker short and right of this green. So if you miss the fairway, this hole becomes very difficult indeed quite quickly.
That's an absolute tracer right there. In the fairway and well over 320 yards. Probably going to have to hit one more club here, Frank. A little bit uphill. Superb shot.
It's as good as it's going to get. There's going to be no worries about making that one.
This hole's been good to him. Birdie yesterday, trying for another one today. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Now at the 6th hole, it's a par 3, just under 200 yards. Where's the challenge here, Frank?
Well, you've got to love that bunker on the left side, Rich, especially because it's shaped like a letter L. Got to fly that. Green's not too deep. So really the challenge is trying to flight that ball amongst the breeze should it kick up.
Just a case of a hole suiting the player's eye. Made the birdie yesterday, and he has a good chance to make another one today. Frank going for another birdie here.
Just to get on a real roll.
Continues to amaze. Yet another birdie, and what a day it's been. Par 4 7th, only 370 yards. Frank, decision to be made off that tee.
It is. I walked this hole, Rich, to the narrowest point of the fairway. It's 278 yards, and if you want to carry that left side, you're going to have to be strong 300 yards. So really, I don't know if driver's the play. Maybe even 3 wood's too much. You might have to throttle back even further. So the hole might be short. You just might get a little bit of a longer second shot than what the scorecard would normally allow you.
Settles in, looking to knock it in tight. Frank, mistake-free golf. You hope you can keep it together. Possibility of a very special round here.
Yeah, the only real thing to worry about is not to get too far.
Seems to like it. Headed for the fat part of the green. And to generate some momentum here at the 7th hole. This for birdie. Birdie here yesterday, trying to do it again today. In for birdie. Another par 3. We're at the 8th. It's only 165 yards, Frank.
This is definitely not going down the fairway.
It doesn't look good. I think it's going to be in the deep rough. Frank, better than we thought it was going to be.
Yeah, that looked like it was headed for that thick stuff the whole way, but a little fortunate. But then I guess you're allowed that in this game.
You love to watch him disappear, don't you? Now to the par 5 9th. Frank, what are we looking at here?
Well, for the longer hitters, it's actually a chance to reach a par 5 and 2. 300 yards is where that fairway starts to bend more to the left. So if you do the maths, it's going to give you roughly 250 yards to the middle sort of front left of that green. That's the easy way to play the hole. Make a mistake off the tee and you might find out this is a more difficult 3-shotter than what you were anticipating.
He just blasted that one down the fairway. Out there about 325 yards. Looks like he's going to have a go at it here at the par 5, his second shot.
Oh, and it gets a good kick. It's only in the first cut.
Not too
That's
bad.
not too bad.
Frank, I like the way he sort of starts his swing a little bit on the outside and then drops it right on plane. Ball sitting down here in the rough. He's digging in. On the green, I'm looking at a birdie opportunity. Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. Excellent front side, trying to keep it going here on the second 9.
He's just playing beautifully, hitting so many good shots, giving himself so many opportunities. Can he keep it going?
Frank, you tip your Hogan visor to this player because early on it appeared as though this one was headed way off the tracks.
Well, it was. And to stop the round and turn it back and now look like he's playing even better than ever. That took some doing. game's about rhythm. When you have good rhythm, it just looks effortless. To hit the ball 300 yards through the air, that easy.
A great way to start a hole, nicely placed in the fairway. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
It should be pretty good right there. On the safe side. Oh, can't hide the flag stick from that man. Birdie try again here today. That finds the bottom of the cup. We'll call that a birdie. Now we go to the 11th hole, and this is a par 5, but it's actually shorter than the par 4 10th. This one comes in at 530 yards. And more evidence of the kind of creativity by the award-winning design team of Patel and Duncan.
Well, that's right. Patel really is known to be the shaper. He's the one that makes all those interesting shapes of the bunkers. For example, here, nipping it in the fairway, making driver almost too much club or very, very risky, plus the front bunker there. Now, this is a great par 5. The reason why, it's reachable, it's tempting, but you don't know what you're going to finish up shooting on it. Second shot.
This hole really sets up well for the player. Birdie yesterday, and a chance for another one today. Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. And he has it.
A good putt redeems all.
Moving on to the 12th hole now. Par 4, 439 yards. Right in the heart of the fairway, green light special. Frank, I think what sets golf apart from other sports is that the fan can get so close to the great athlete as the round is being played.
Well, that's why the sport itself, and we consider it more intimate for that reason. Most golf spectators play the game. Whereas other sports, you don't see NFL players sitting in the grandstand. You see spectators, but most golf fans are golfers.
Shouldn't be a problem here. Okay, no problem with that one. Well. What do we have here, partner? The par 5 13th, or is it a par 8? I can't tell.
It looks like a misprint, Rich. 702 yards, and not only that, too, they put the two fairway bunkers in a perfect place. Perfect place if they want to annoy your tee shot. It's going to take 310, 320 yards just to get past that. Then you've got a long, long way to go. And, of course, remember when you're on 10, this is the shared green. So 13 and 10, this is where they meet up again at the end of a long, long walk. Rich, there's great drivers of the ball. We've seen Norman, Nicholas over the years, but that there is just excellent. Lovely full turn, plenty of power, and just piped it.
Made it look easy right there, and he's such a good-looking player. When he's dialed in, swinging the way he is right now, just a pleasure to watch. Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Appears to be what they call a commercial play. Very solid. Had a birdie here yesterday in their close. Great opportunity for another one. Birdie here yesterday. This putt again for birdie. Everybody loves them. Birdie on the card. Now at the par 3 14th, over another body of water. Frank, you could make some big numbers on this golf course. I would think if you walk out of here today having shot under par, you have to be really happy.
Certainly is big boy golf playing around the cliffs at Lighthouse Point, Rich. And this is another example here at this beefy par 3, 240 yards. You can see Lake Zimmer protects the front of this green and to the right. It's obviously where they get all their irrigation water from. But it's enough green left of the flag here. That's really what you've got to be looking at, that front left section.
Settles in over the putt. Good putt. 15th hole, and Frank, a return to sanity. 387 yards, par 4.
Yeah, second easiest hole on the golf course. Bends a little to the left. Just avoid the sand left and that little pot bunker on the right. And you should be set up with a relatively short iron in to a green that really the only problem is if you go long.
That's a good spot right there.
Center cup.
Those are good numbers right there. 320, 320 yards. Just crushed it in the fairway. Second shot. Good look at the green. Oh my goodness, he just made that. I cannot believe it.
I was thinking he might get it close. And just a great shot. A cursory look at the scorecard, Rich, and well, it looks hard at 240 yards, but that elevation is going to chew off quite a bit of yardage off the scorecard. Really, it's a good chance for a birdie on this closing stretch. V-shaped green, as long as you're on the right section of the green, could have a chance for birdie. It was almost like that's what he wanted to do, but why would you want it to run over the back?
Now from the bunker.
Yeah, just a little splash out on this par 3.
Okay, good shot on the dance floor. For par. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. 17th hole is another par 5 over 600 yards. You get a terrific view of Juniata Crossway Bridge just ahead. And Frank, if you jump over that bridge, you can get a dynamite lobster roll at Nielsen's Lobster Shack. I don't know if you've ever had it.
Oh,
but
it's one of the best.
It just adds to sort of the charm of this area. But what a hole this is.
S-shaped par 5. You can see it bending to the right off the tee, and then the hole starts to go the other way. Magnificent view of the bridge you're just referring to. Reachable for the longest hitters, but once again, avoid the bunkers, and they're all down the right side.
Into the tall cabbage. That ball is swallowed up. He'll need to be strong with this. Birdie try up next. This hole's been good to him. Birdie yesterday and trying for another one today. Continues to amaze. Yet another birdie. And what a day it's been. Frank, as we arrive here at 18, I'm thinking about what we so often hear up here in New England. You can't get there from here. Or can you at this par 4 finishing hole? Paying attention like a little kid at school, Frank. That baby's sitting up.
Sitting up. It's got the best view as well. You don't even need binoculars from where that ball is.
Well, he's going to have to hit the same club a lot harder or just hit another one. That looked like a miss hit, Frank.
The lie was okay. It's a little surprising. Maybe wrong club.
Just a couple of feet. Workmanlike hole. He walks away with a par. And that wraps up the third round. Just one more to go before we crown our champion.
Yeah, I'm not saying I'm looking at my crystal ball, Rich, but that champion that we see tomorrow might be the one just sitting at the leaderboard on top of it right now.